What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to All Things Film. Today I'm going to make an in-depth video on Carl Grimes and exactly go over all the possible theories that are going around out there that fans have created that they are clinging on to hope that Carl is alive. I'm going to go through all these theories, and before I get started, I want to say I don't take credit for these theories. I don't even know who invented these theories. They're just theories that are going around the entire Walking Dead community. So I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on it and break them down. So before I begin, I'm not even going to give a spoiler warning because if you haven't seen the mid-season finale, it's been 2 weeks. I don't even know why you're on the internet, and I don't even know why you clicked on this video. So let's begin. So the first theory I want to talk about is Carl Grimes got bit by a whisperer. And this theory is something that's very interesting, but I just don't think it's possible. It'll be a very wacky way of introducing them to the series. And what I mean by that is that they're kind of already like taking it away from the comics, because if you know the comics and you know Whisperers from the comics, you know that they don't bite. They just act like walkers. You know, they dress up as walkers and walk among the dead, but they don't actually physically bite people and act like walkers. They stab people, I believe. And I'm not even a comic pro, but I'm pretty sure they don't even bite people. I'm pretty sure they just stab people. And I don't think they're not cannibals or anything like that. So I don't understand why they would bite Carl. And we saw the the footage of Carl getting bit, like Scott and Gimble said that was in the video, or that was in the episode, not episode 8, episode 6. But we saw that zombie bite him, and that did not look like a whisper at all. So I don't think it's a whisper. That'd be a very weird way of introducing the Whisperers to the TV show. But I do understand it because people are clinging on to hope, and you know, if it happened to happen, I wouldn't. Does that make sense? Happen to happen? Yeah, if it happens, like if this actually happens, I'm not gonna get mad. Like I don't care what reason they give us. I've said this multiple times. I don't care how Carl survives. I just want him to survive, but I just don't think this is one of the ways he would survive. I don't think it's a whisper bite. I don't think they'll introduce the Whisperers in the middle of the war. I think that would be a very weird introduction to the Whisperers in the middle of the war. I think they're going to do it, if they are going to introduce the Whisperers in Season 8, it'll probably be towards the end. So the theory that Carl Grimes got bit by a Whisperer is a nada. Now this next theory I do like, but again, there's a very slim chance that this is possible. This theory is that Carl Grimes is immune. Now, this theory, there's not a lot of evidence that goes towards the fact that yes, he is immune or no, he isn't immune, because we just don't know. Like, if this actually happens, it's going to take everybody by surprise, and we would never expect it. So there's not a lot of evidence towards the fact that yes, this happened, or like yes, he's immune or no, he's not immune. Like we would have to know much more than we do know. And so this theory is going to be pretty brief, and I just want to give you guys my quick thoughts on it. And again, I don't think it's possible, just because we're in the middle of all-out war. And if they hit us with this news, it's going to be absolutely crazy. The fan base is going to go bonkers and be like, how is this possible? And that's going to bring up a bunch of other discussions. And again, I know there's like a factor or like a number out there that says like there's a certain percentage of people in this world that are like immune to viruses or something like that. I'm not sure the exact number, so I don't want to give it to you, but I think I heard this somewhere before. So this is like possible, like realistically possible. But again, I don't think it's gonna be like The Walking Dead, because The Walking Dead isn't about immune and cures and stuff. And that brings me to my next theory, that there's a cure to the zombie or to the virus. And this breaks all Walking Dead logic and everything, because The Walking Dead is a story about survival and how people adapt to surviving in an outside world. And even Robert Kirkman said this, and I remember in the premiere for Season 8, the Talking Dead for that, Robert Kirkman said something like, and I'm paraphrasing here, he said something like, I want this story to be how people come together and survive, and he wants it to be like a happy story. And I don't think it's, and if they do this, if they bring a cure, that's gonna be a completely different, dramatically different change from the comics. And I don't think the show wants to do that. I know the show likes going its own separate ways from the comics, but just completely like turning around from the comics, I don't think it's a good idea for the show, because the comic has some really good material coming up. So if they do for some reason change the whole show, and because if they bring a cure, the whole show is basically done. That's true, because if they have a cure, all their fighting and stuff is not possible. And another reason why I don't think it's possible is because The Walking Dead, I think the world is like way too far gone. If you know, and what I mean by that is like, there's like millions and millions of walkers out there. I think the ratio is like 500 or like 1,000 walkers to one. There's like a big ratio. I know that. I don't know the exact numbers again, so I don't want to like make up numbers, but I know there's like a big number to one. So yeah, I don't think this even if there was a cure, how are they gonna cure this zombie apocalypse? There's so many walkers. Like, are they gonna physically go out around the entire world and kill every single walker? No, I don't think it's possible. And if there's a cure, it's gonna take away from the entire story of The Walking Dead, and I think it'll not necessarily ruin it, but I think it'll be a completely different turn that people wouldn't expect, and some people might not be happy. So yeah, I don't think this theory is possible. Now, those are the big three theories that are going around. You know, immune, whisper, or cure. Now, there's a bunch of other little theories out there. This is kind of like my honorable mentions. I'm gonna go through this list really quickly, and give you guys my thoughts on it. Some of them are pretty dumb. This one theory is the walker that bit him, it had dentures on. And that's gonna be a stretch. I can't even give you guys my thoughts on it because no one really can break that theory down. Because like, if they do that, that's gonna be like, whoa, okay, he's alive. Like, there's nothing we can do. Like, oh my god, that was a twist. Like, there's nothing to prove to that. So if I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on it, I'd say it's not possible. Another theory that's been going around is that the walker didn't get inside of the guts, or like inside of his actual his blood, and like it just bit the outside skin, and he's not gonna get infected. And that's possible, I guess. If I had to give any single one of these theories a possibility, it'll probably be this one. And this one is not as a big theory, but it kind of makes sense compared to the big ones, because if the walker bit just around his skin, and the actual like disease, or like the virus, the bacteria doesn't get inside of his blood, there's a possibility he could survive. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, again, this theory, it's an honorable mention, but because it's a small theory, not a lot of people are talking about this. I'm not sure why. This should be one of the bigger theories in my opinion, but this is a theory that's been going around, and that's definitely possible. But again, if I'm gonna be honest and give you guys my thoughts on it, if I had to pick yes or no, it'll probably be no. One last honorable mention theory, and I just want to put this out there because I read this actually a couple times, and it made me laugh so hard because I can't believe people are thinking this, and I don't blame them because people want Carl to be alive as bad as they possibly can. But this theory is so funny. I'm gonna say it really quickly. Siddiq bit Carl. Yeah, I can't even say it without laughing. Like how funny would that be if Siddiq bit Carl? That would be hilarious, man. I don't know. I can't even describe what I would be thinking. Like, Carl's sitting there like dying, and then Siddiq's like, excuse me, Mr. Grimes. Yeah, I bit him. This is a prank. You're on YouTube. Like, I can't even explain how ridiculous that'll be. But that's it for me, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on the theories that are going around the Walking Dead community, instead of making like separate videos, like a whisper video or a immune video or a cure video. I just wanted to make this little in-depth video of every single theory out there. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like rating. If you do enjoy Walking Dead content, be sure to subscribe as I post daily Walking Dead videos. And thanks again for watching. It's been All Things Film, and until next time, peace.